Cavaliers on the road taking on the Nuggets. Let's go to the fourth quarter here. Under 6 minutes to go. Cavs trailing by 4. Nuggets are going to turn it over. Watch the defense. Here's Harden.
Hey now.
Jared Allen, throw it down one time. Looks like they've been doing that for a while.
Listen, Ball, when this trade went down, I was like, ooh, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, what's up?
Donovan Mitchell, the spin cycle to the rack. Cavs down 1. 2 minutes left. Cavs trailing by 3. Here's Mitchell finding Allen. Play some defense, Denver.
Come on now, optional.
Ensuing Denver possession. Might want to get the ball to this guy. I heard he can make a play or two. Jokic with the left finishes with 22, 14, and 11. Casual night at the office. Here's Harden.
Triple-double. This was crazy.
Step back.
This was crazy. Welcome to the land, my guy.
How many times have we seen that, McNutt?
Bro, this game was fun. I was watching this game last night. It was a good time.
Harden, 22, 10, and 7. Cavs tied the game. Here's Jokic kicking it out. Hardaway Jr. misses. Now let's watch what's going to happen on the ensuing play. Cavs get the rebound. Mitchell's going to drive. He's fouled by Jamal Murray with under a second to go, creating a great opportunity. Goes to the stripe, knocks them both down. 2-point lead, less than a second to go. This is obviously where you want the ball to go.
I actually thought this was going to go, just because it's Optimus Dime, the Joker, the one and only. Although the foul thing was like, what are y'all doing? Are y'all going to foul sooner or not?
Cavs erase an 11-point fourth quarter deficit to win 119-117. Cavs have won 9 of their last 10, including 2-0 since acquiring Harden, and bettors are starting to take notice. Despite them being 4th in the East, some 7 games back in Detroit, DraftKings Sportsbook has Cleveland as the favorites to win the Eastern Conference. Back with Monica McNutt. Pretty in the face, slim in the waist, Kendrick Perkins. Monica, we'll begin with you this time. The ceiling for this new-look Cavs team with James Harden is what?
I mean, could they come out of the East? Sure. I don't expect that to happen, though. Again, excuse me, I continue to be of the camp that drop-in superstar year 1 is usually not the year of success. Do I think that this bodes well for the Cavs moving forward? Absolutely. Listen, defensively, it's sort of a wash in terms of James Harden, Darius Garland, but you now do have a bigger body. And I was looking up this new stat this year, Perk and Joe, gravity that the league is actually tracking.
Gravity?
On that list, yeah, so the definition, because advanced stats aren't usually my jam, but this one's interesting. Gravity is what quantifies how much a player pulls defenders toward the above expectation, essentially measuring how much attention they draw compared to what is expected in the predictions, right?
Yeah.
James Harden is 6th on that gravity list, right?
6th in gravity.
So in terms of creating space for the rest of that offense, for making life for Donovan Mitchell easier, obviously the assist ability for the bigs, Allen and Mobley in particular, I'm very curious. This team does have a core in the experience of last year. I just don't know if they're going to have enough runway. Although the East, we'll see.
Got to go off script for a second. Perk, back in your playing day, where would you have ranked in the league in gravity?
Hey, look, for us eating up space, I think I would have ranked number 1. But look, Joe, let me say this. I believe that the Cavs ceiling is the finals. Do I have them pick going to the finals? Absolutely not. But I think Donovan Mitchell, or should I say Donovan Mitchell, is on the clock. The Cleveland Cavaliers has done more for us being aggressive for Donovan Mitchell than they did for LeBron James. And when you add one of the greatest offensive players of all time in James Harden, one of the best facilitators that we've had over the last 3 years, has done that transition of being that actual point guard and making guys around them better, absolutely James Harden elevates the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hell, Dennis Schroeder also elevates them. So I'm looking at the Cavs, I'm looking at Donovan Mitchell, and I'm saying minimum, you better get to the conference finals. Now, minimum. If they don't get to the conference finals, huh?
Am I tripping, Perk? Because one of the things we had to think about last night getting ready for shows today was who matches up with the Pistons best potentially. I think that this could be a lot of fun with the addition of James Harden.
Perk, who do you see it as the team if it's not going to be Cleveland?
Well, let me tell you this, Joe. It's 3 things that I'm scared of in life. And that's healthy foods, reality shows, and the Detroit Pistons right now, okay?
Bro,
I'm
what?
terrified. I'm terrified of the Detroit Pistons. Look, they're the most physical team in the league. They have an identity. When you talk about strapping up and going old school, especially on the defensive end, that's them. And they have a leader in a rising young superstar that could close and be the best player in any series against any player in Cade Cunningham. I love what I'm seeing out of the young man Jenkins, what he provide coming in. Tobias Harris, he could have those special moments and be reliable offensively. And they have those two bruisers down low in Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart. This team is complete. They're physical and they're scary. I got them coming out of the Eastern Conference.
All right, speaking of the Pistons, I want you two to hang tight right here because they got into an all-out brawl last night against the scorching hot Charlotte.
To have something to say about it. Now, I will say, listen, I'm not going to tell anybody how to handle their emotions, but I was really enjoying this basketball game. The Hornets' 9-game win streak, I guess you got back to the center court. I was like, uh-oh, that don't seem like the one you want.
In summation, 3 big fears: healthy food, reality TV, the Detroit Pistons.
There we go.
Job well done by everybody involved. Here's our ESPN NBA Wednesday doubleheader. Welcome back to Get Up. I have Monica McNutt here for a game of Is That McNuts? Monica, let's begin in LA. The Lakers are built to make an NBA Finals run. Is that McNuts?
Now, y'all know better. Whoever wrote this, stop playing with me. That is absolutely McNuts. Unfortunately, this team does not defend, and you can't win without defending. Very simple. No, that's McNuts.
Clearly, that is McNuts. All right, moving on to number 2. The Warriors need to start a rebuild this offseason. Is that McNuts?
Okay, so this one I don't think is McNuts because if Steph Curry is going to continue to add longevity to his already fantastic career, like, he is truly one of a kind. Remember that list of gravity that I mentioned earlier?
Oh, yeah.
He's the #1 guy on the gravity list. So you still have a piece that is respected and can still get it done. If you have a chance to go and reinforce and rebuild this team to make another push, why wouldn't you?
Gravity, the hottest advanced analytics sweeping the nation post-Super Bowl. Number 3, Jason Tatum has been assigned to the Celtics G League team for a day of practice. If I said an early return from Jason Tatum could hurt the Celtics, is that McNuts?
So I'm going to say this is McNuts because I think that is an organization with enough depth and equity to understand how to do it well. I also, Joe, will admit that I'm a little hesitant. Just because he's coming back does not mean that he'll be back at that almost 27 points and 9 rebounds form right away, right? Like, this is still a long game. I don't think that this will be a problem for the Celtics, though, at all. In fact, we all, as members of the media, made so much of the discussion of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. All they did was figure it out and win a championship together.
Easy as could be. I mean, did not miss a beat. Brown currently 35-1 to win MVP with the 2 guys in front of him, SGA and Jokic, possibly not making that 65-game threshold. Big Perk's back with us. Perk, if Tatum's able to come back, does that make the Celtics the toughest team to beat in the East?
I wouldn't say the toughest. I would say that they're the most dangerous team, not just in the East, but in the entire league, because they don't have any expectations, right? And they're playing with house money at this point. No one coming into the season thought that the Celtics would be right here in the thick of things, one of the top dogs in the Eastern Conference, with a guy who's the best, with a leader that's the best two-way player in the game in Jaylen Brown. No one thought that. So you get a Jason Tatum back, even if he's a 75% version of Jason Tatum, they're dangerous because they have no expectations, but they have a lot of firepower, and you have a duo that has done it before at its highest level with other guys that know how to get it done. And that Vucevic move at the trade deadline was huge for the Boston Celtics.
All right, so let's check in on the odds in the Eastern Conference right now with the Celtics making a lot of noise. But the Cavs find themselves at the top of the heap, 3-1 over at DraftKings. They've won 9 of their last 10, including a 2-0 start since the James Harden experiment has begun. Cleveland, the favorites in the Eastern Conference. Monica, Harden had a huge game-tying 3 to keep the Cavs hot last night. What's their ceiling this year?
Listen, we know that the East, everybody's saying, is wide open. They could get to the finals. I personally am hesitant to say that they will. I just struggle with the idea of add superstar, add water, and an equal success immediately. But this is a unique situation to me based on both James Harden's game and the style of play, and then also the experience that both the Cavs had last year and that James has had in the postseason.
All right, so we've talked Cavs and Celtics. One team we're not talking about that's near the top of the list, the New York Knicks. Perk, are the Knicks the best team in the East?
I still get a slight edge to the Detroit Pistons, but I will say this. The Knicks have the deepest roster in the NBA, right? They check all the boxes. Look, they have one of the best closers, one of the best players in the game, the big-bodied Brunson. But ultimately, this is going to come down to the most important player on their team for their success, and Karl Anthony Towns. What version are you going to get from him? Like, is he going to continue to buy in that role of being that guy that's going to continue to be a monster on the glass, continue to get better in the pick and roll, continue to be that anchor defensively? The Knicks are another team that's playing with house money. You know why? Because they're set up for position. The best thing that they didn't do was blow up the phone of the Milwaukee Bucks and try to get Giannis right now. And the best thing that happened for the Knicks is that Giannis didn't get traded, right? And he's still in the Milwaukee Bucks uniform. So now the Knicks could go and make a test run and try to make a run with this squad that they have currently constructed. If they don't succeed and they fail, then you go out and you make a move this offseason and you bring Giannis Antetokounmpo in. He wants to be in New York anyway.
I don't know about house money, though, Perk. That's my only thing on what you said that I was like, ooh. I think they came into the season with major expectations based on the landscape of the Eastern Conference. Now, have things changed a bit as you look at the standings and who have emerged, the Bostons, the Cleveland with the trades, et cetera? Yeah, but I do think that there is internal pressure there that the Knicks, quite honestly, are embracing. And I would add, over this stretch where they've been terrific, and I know he's missed a couple of games with the toe injury now, but OG Anunoby has been playing great basketball as well and was quite, well, I don't know how quietly was, but was also making sort of an all-star case. So
Celtics, Knicks, Cavs, Pistons. The East is shaping into a really fun run here for the second half of the season. Perk, Monica, fantastic stuff as always. Let's go back to the NFL.